Adam here again. I'm making videos these days. I get excited this time of year. It's my favorite time of the year. I have more things I can do outside without sweating to death and things like that. So, I tend to, I don't know, do more things. I really can't explain that. I don't know. So it's Friday night. I got a lot of comments lately. I always get really great comments, and I really do a bad job of responding. I apologize for that, but I've gotten a lot of responses on my fishing lures, and everybody seems to think top water is a lot of fun. Fishing top water, and that's really cool. I'm excited to hear about that. Excited to hear everybody's input. So if you've got any input on fishing, bass fishing, freshwater, let me know. So today I went by the Humidor Pipe Shop. That is my local brick and mortar, if you will. It's located in Huntsville, Alabama, and I picked up a couple of La Flor Dominicana. Yeah, La Flor Dominicana. There's so many La Flors, I get them all confused. La Flor Dominicana Airbenders. I don't know what that is. I don't know, maybe a 7 inch. 840 plus tax, which Alabama tax is high. But I picked up a couple of those, and I couldn't resist. They had a couple of really neat estate pipes, Rolling Rock bottle. They had a couple of estate pipes on the rack that were really interesting, and one of them was an Invicta, and I'm not sure who makes Invicta. The guy said he thought it was Savinelli, which they had a Savinelli estate Canadian out there. So you can't see. Let's see if I can adjust this light a little bit. There we go. That's I think that's Hercules. I think that's the submodel. You can see it's got a pretty heavy duty rustication on there. Man, that camera's actually not bad. Let's see. Let's turn it around this way. 804. Yeah, 804 KS. So it's a I'm pretty sure this is a Savinelli Hercules Canadian. So I'm just using my phone flashlight because it's so dark in this corner. Up there we just have, this is kind of like, you call it a man cave. It's just a second place to watch TV and sit on a couch. I got my computer in here. I still have a desktop. A lot of folks still rock a laptop only, but I've got a desktop that I do, video game and nerd stuff. But anyway, picked up this Canadian. The price on it was $45, and it's got a little bit of tooth chatter on the stem, which you won't be able to see here. You may see that little flaw right there. You can kind of see it. No, you really can't. There's a little chip on the finish. And, it's really not a big deal to me. I wish it was on the back, but it's on the front, which, whatever. But, this was $45. This pipe new retails for $100, $120. You may get a little bit of a price break somewhere else. But this was $45, and, the folks at the Humidor they're just really cool to go in and talk to. They're real laid back, real cool. And I said, hey, I picked it up and I thought, well, I'm buying this, at $45. It's a Savinelli. I like Savinellis. I love Canadians. So, in my head, I'm saying, well, I'm going to buy this pipe. And, so I asked the guy, I said, hey, what kind of adjustment have you got on this price here? What can we do? He said, hey, I'm going to make you a deal. He said, you can have that today. He said, it's got a little chatter on the stem, and I put a softy bit on it. He said, you can have that today for $39.99 plus tax. I said, you got yourself a deal. And he kind of laughed, and he said, well, I could have said $49.99 and you would have took it, wouldn't you? And I'm like, well, yeah, actually, I probably would have. But that's just it kind of represents, I like places you can go in and you can say, hey, I like this item, but what can you do for me? You know, that's something that I don't know if it's lost in this world or what, but anyway. The Humidor Pipe Shop, Huntsville, Alabama. Those guys are super cool. They're always they got real fair prices. You know, as a matter of fact, they challenged me. They said, "You find a box of cigars online cheaper than we sell them in here," and you can't do it. The Alabama state tax on tobacco products, I believe, does kind of nudge, you know, an online order ahead a little bit, you know, in the low price race, but. As far as a brick and mortar store, I love them, and I just wanted to kind of show off what I got, which is a new pipe, which I have not gotten a new pipe in a while, and it's a new used pipe, which is even better. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with it. I'm probably going to hit the inside and the outside with a little bit of Everclear and get this stem, you know, a little bit sanitized before I fill it up. But it goes good in the rack, boy. I tell you what, it looks good. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 spots left, and I know I've got a pipe in my car, so I've only got 3 spots left, folks. Of course, there's a few pipes I'm going to get rid of. I'll just continue rambling. How about that? This is the first pipe I ever bought. Also, Humidor Pipe Shop. It's a basket job. It has no markings whatsoever. It's got a few fills. It's just a basic billiard. Just a basic billiard pipe. Nothing fancy, fishtail stem. You know, nothing fancy at all. But it's my first one, so I'm going to keep it. It does have a hairline crack in it, and I don't know how deep that goes. But I don't smoke it a lot anymore. It was unfinished. You know, I just gave it the old noggin and nose finish. You know, I don't know, some of you new guys, some of you younger guys may not know about that, but your best pipe polish is right there on your nose. I know that looks really weird for me to do. I don't normally do that on camera, but you know, I'm not sure if that's going to stay in the rack or not. I bought this pipe kind of on I've got my camera sitting on the rack. I bought this pipe as a little speculative move. It's just a nice little neat billiard, and it's pretty cool. It needs some work though. It's really kind of in ratty condition, and another one I've got that's in ratty condition. Unfortunately, I've got more that are in bad shape than I'd like to. Well, I don't see it here. Maybe those are my only 2 that are kind of ratted out a little bit. The absolute prize, and I know I've done a video on this before, is my James Upshaw. Boy, that's a hoss. You look at those walls. The guy that look at that softy bit's all jacked. I never smoked this. The guy that I got this from, it's a very light sandblast. The guy that I got this from, I got it in a trade, and he smoked only burley, and you can tell. He smoked only burley in this pipe, and that is all I smoke in it. So it is a dedicated burley pipe. It's the only pipe I've got that is dedicated to one type of blend. But boy, I've just gotten on here and babbled. I've just babbled. You know, last one. This is the last one. We've talked about 3 pipes now, I guess, or maybe 4. This right here, a lot of you guys probably don't love cobs. And I don't love cobs. They're okay. They're great for the money. I mean, they're really great for the money, actually. But this cob right here, I am so happy with this cob. It is not a general. It's got a tall bowl, but it is the Missouri Meerschaum, because that's the only way to fly. Missouri Meerschaum. It is the freehand, and you see it's kind of got like a little plateau, a little corn plateau up there, but it's the freehand. And you talk about a great pipe. This right here, it costs a few dollars. I mean, it's more than just your standard cob. But this right here, this is rock solid. I would love to have 3 or 4 of these right here. But you know, I don't smoke a whole lot, so I don't have the need to like dedicate pipes like a lot of folks do. A lot of folks will dedicate a pipe to just Virginias or just like one blend. But anyway, I'm just babbling and babbling. So you guys have a good Friday night. We'll talk to you.